here's your account update. Familiarity breeds harangues. No one worries about lecturing the Prime Minister of Canada. Indeed, people do it all the time. One of the many excellent reasons I, like most sentient beings, do not seek or occupy public office is that when you do, everyone on earth believes their finger belongs in your chest, telling you what time it is. Personally, I criticize Stephen Harper all the time, and I get audited every year. It's a thing we have. Not so, however, with the President of the United States, depending, of course, on the party to which that president belongs. If you've got a Republican president and you want to call him an idiot or a warmonger or whatever, then you are speaking truth to power, evincing that dissent is the highest form of patriotism, and you may expect an academic chair or New York Times column offer anytime. If, however, that U.S. president is a Democrat, then you should know that person is a genius, whoever he is. And more important, you ought to shut your pie hole and show some respect. Never has this deference been more pronounced than in the case of the current occupant of the Oval Office, His Serene Majesty Barack Obama. Angst has ensued among many on the left, and of course the left does angst like the Swiss do clocks and chocolate, because Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had the temerity to lecture Obama regarding the president's recent policy proclamations on the issue of Middle East peace. Specifically, Netanyahu took issue with Obama's very silly suggestion that Israel contract to 1967 lines to appease the Palestinians with mutually agreeable swaps. Obama then refined his position in a second speech, saying it's all about the swaps, and we homunculi, as usual, failed to comprehend his words properly the first time. Okay. As to what success Netanyahu may have in changing Obama's mind, we are not hopeful. You can always tell a Harvard man, but you can't tell him much. Further to the angst, one perfectly respectable example comes from Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic, who retorts, "Mr. Netanyahu, please don't speak to my president that way," noting he is, quote, taken aback and made resentful by Netanyahu's disrespect. Goldberg offers no examples of times he was taken aback or resentful of disrespect shown to President George W. Bush, but since another Goldberg, Jonah, points out that if Bush did it is the lowest form of punditry, we move on. Regarding the president's policy itself, if he's wrong, and Obama is wrong, though I may be inviting a literal or figurative drone attack for saying so, why can Netanyahu not say so? Is it that the Israeli Prime Minister did his lecturing in the Oval Office itself, in front of reporters? Fair enough. But Obama opted to make his pronouncements on what Israel should do the day before Netanyahu arrived in Washington, D.C. It's not like Obama didn't know that. As the Wall Street Journal's Bret Stephens points out today, it isn't often that this or any other U.S. president welcomes a foreign leader by sandbagging him with an adversarial policy speech a day before the visit. Remember when the Dalai Lama visited Mr. Obama last year? As a courtesy to Beijing, the president made sure to have the Tibetan spiritual leader exit by the door